And Central for the following units for radio check 604. 604 for radio check. And Central for 604 for radio check.
What the crap happened at Hacknouter?
Really can't say right now because I have a feeling it's going to turn into a whole lot more.
See, I thought that.
You don't have any clue.
In the 21st century, we leave behind the digital story of our lives, a chronicle of our greatest triumphs, but also our darkest nightmares.
Hi, everyone. I'm posting this tribute video to Jenny on our Ladybug page. I hope you enjoy it.
Jenny! Hello! I mean, cookie, mother.
Jenny was my firstborn daughter. 2.5 years later, I had another baby, Angie. Even though they both have different personalities, they were very close.
Model Angie, model Jennifer.
Jenny was a very outgoing person.
You are JP.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Oh, the camera. Oh.
It was as if everybody that knew her felt like they knew her from the beginning.
Hello?
She easily made friends. When she was a little girl, she always wanted to dance. She liked to cheer people on or go watch sports. That's what she liked.
Our senior student of the month is Jennifer Webb because of her attitude toward her schoolwork and fellow students. It always wears a smile.
She graduated in '97. And then she went to Delta College, which is a community college here in Saginaw County.
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to do
Exactly.
Jenny, she was the bright spot. She had the biggest, brightest, bubbliest personality, and she loved ladybugs.
Jenny had a tattoo on her foot of a ladybug. It's like it's her spirit animal.
The only thing she loved more was the University of Michigan. We tailgated and had a great time.
She had a job that she liked, and she really enjoyed the people there. Everybody said she was a very good worker and a responsible worker. All of a sudden, she just started feeling like tired and kind of sick, you know.
I was pregnant with my twins, and so Jenny and I were very excited that we were pregnant at the same time.
She found out in May she was pregnant and that she was due the middle of September.
Jenny, she just said, I can't believe it. And she said, this isn't the way that I envisioned things for myself. She said, I wanted to be married and do it the expected way. You know, she said, this isn't how I planned for things to turn out. But she didn't want a relationship with a father. If she had to raise her child on her own, that's what she was going to do. Whatever it took, she was going to figure it out.
She started eating healthy. I was shocked. She actually lost weight. She was just really excited about having this baby. She had bought a house. She had one of the bedrooms. She put new carpeting down in there, and she had a crib in there and a dresser, and she had decorated the walls.
So Jenny's house got broken into initially that spring. They took a TV, rummaged through some things. At first, I didn't think much of it other than it was random. And then when the second one happened, red flags kind of raised, because why would someone come back? She didn't have much to steal.
Her dad and I felt like she was being targeted. Her dad and I finally said, why don't, until you have the baby, just come home, and then we'll figure it out once the baby's born. We got together a shower for her, and she had at least 50 people there.
At the end, she was so choked up and so overwhelmed by everyone's generosity that she broke down. She couldn't even finish her speech. It was beautiful.
Lo and behold, Dre has her twins.
She took the day off work, the day of my C-section. Even though she didn't get to see me, she sat in the waiting room the entire day. She was so excited.
After Dre got home with the twins, every night after work, Jenny would stop in at Dre's house and help with the twins.
I met the father. maybe once or twice in passing. It wasn't someone that she brought around. I honestly used to joke with her, what's with that guy? Because he didn't seem very, nothing special to me. Let's put it that way. Like clockwork, 5:30, Jenny would roll up. We'd have dinner together. She'd help me with the girls, baths, feedings, whatever I needed. It was just starting to get dark, and she said, oh, I should probably get going. I knew that she was supposed to go meet with the father of the child. Said goodbye to the girls, and I said, I'll see you tomorrow. And she said, okay, see ya.
And Central for the following units for radio check 604. For radio check. And Central for 604 for radio check. Central for Buena Vista 604, 604 advised. Central for Buena Vista 604, 604 for radio check. 604 for radio check.
.618 went to Tritone and 615 was unable to contact him. .604 if you were calling me, sorry, I haven't seen what happened.
All units, radio checks complete, 2235.
I flashed the vehicle with my spotlight. I didn't see any movement inside the vehicle. So at that point I figured either somebody's out walking around or the vehicle's abandoned. About that time, Tim's pulling up.
604, I don't know if 18 advised, but I'm here with him.
Copy.
I says, what do you think? He says, oh no. He was walking up towards the passenger side of the car, and I started to walk kind of towards the driver's side corner. As I got closer, I saw the back driver's door was open. I saw the cord running to the top of the car. Took a few more steps, and I saw her laying on the ground. Saw the cord was around her neck. Tim took a look. Oh.
618. We're at the dead end of Outer and Hack. We have a 49.
Purse was laying there, so pulled the purse out to ID the driver. The first thing I see was a folded up piece of paper. So I unfolded the paper and I read it. It was an obvious suicide note. Set that aside, found the ID, and at that point I went, oh. I looked at Tim, I said, I know this girl. I know this girl.
Dead end of Outer and Hack 49. I'll get everybody started. What the crap happened at Hack and Outer?
Really can't say right now because I have a feeling it's going to turn into a whole lot more.
See, I thought that.
You don't have any clue?
$618, we got everybody coming.
Sean showed up and took control of the scene from there. Sean said, tape it off and start taking photos.
In the morning, the phone rang. It was Sean Waterman. He said, I'm out on your porch. Could you come open the door? He asked me, do you own a such and such Aztec? And I said, that's my daughter's car. I, in my mind, thought, oh my God, she got in a car accident, you know. And then he said, well, there's been a suicide. Suicide? Jenny committed suicide? I said, Jenny's dead? I kind of got a little bit numb. I thought, oh my God, this can't be true. She may be dead, but she did not commit suicide. When Sean Waterman told me it was a suicide, I didn't cry and I didn't sit down. I thought, how can the sun be coming up when this horrible thing has happened? How can people be going to work and our life is just torn apart? Sean Waterman pulled out the suicide letter and showed it to me. And I read like maybe a quarter of it, and I said, my daughter did not write this single-spaced, typed letter. It was just so not her. Everybody would have had their own note, and it would have been written in glittery pen or something, you know. And then he asked me, do you know she was pregnant? And I said, yes. I said, she's 8.5 months pregnant. She's got the baby room all, you know, fixed up. And so I took him to see the room. And I said, does this room look like somebody that would commit suicide? I said, she's very, very excited about this baby. Sean Waterman said, do you know who the father is? And I said, yes, Ken Blue. And Waterman's face just turned like white. He had to sit down on the couch. And he said, oh, that's my officer that reported the suicide.
Was there a time around 10:30 that you guys were trying to radio check 604? Because I was told that you couldn't get hold of them.
It probably was around 10:30 because that's about the time we do our radio checks.
Okay. I'll check on that later.
had met years ago. Jason Teddy, I trooped in Bay City. Yeah, all that crap.
Yep.
I'm sure you know the deal here. Al and I were called down just to assist with this scene. We got to talk to everybody, you know what's that.
Absolutely. Been through this game a few times, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I
have.
was a detective for almost 5 years, so.
You know what the deal is, and you know we're just going through the motions here.
There was quite a period of time that nobody could get a hold of you. Last night. Mm-hmm. They couldn't get you on the radio, they couldn't get any response. About 5 minutes worth. Yeah, we talked like I thought it was a little bit longer than that, but we don't have the records on that yet, but there was apparently some period of time nobody could get a hold of you. Any idea why that would have been? I had my radio on the other channel. Which channel would you have? Our admin channel. I had talked to Sarah before then. Change from your main dispatch, you changed it over to admin? Correct.
That note that you found, was that protected for prints?
As far as I may have touched it, a corner of it. I don't know if I had gloves on.
Anybody else touch it that you know of?
I have no idea.
Did you guys check for vitals? Why not?
I don't know. I guess probably not to disturb. Well, I mean, there was no movement. And when I looked, there was, from a distance, there didn't appear to be any chest rise. Lips were kind of bluish. It wasn't giving me the impression that it was, that she was alive. So.
Officer Kenneth Blue began his law enforcement career in Buena Vista and rose to the level of detective. He left in October of 2002 to take the police chief's position in Tittabawassee Township. His tenure there was only 18 months.
My phone rang, and it was Angie, Jenny's sister. I thought maybe she was going into labor, and she said, she's gone. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, she's gone. The baby? And she said, it was too late. Immediately, my heart sunk. And she told me that they said it was a suicide. I went to my knees and I just said, no. I knew that wasn't true.
Tell me about how you knew her.
I met her probably more than 10 years ago. When I first started out here, we would do bar checks. And she used to frequent the Backstreet Bar. Started up a casual friendship and been touch and go ever since. We talked for a while and then we kind of do our own thing and go our separate ways.
When was the last time you talked to her?
She called, actually last night, she called me. She left a message and said, hey, what's up? Give me a call when you can. Something like that. And I called her back, I don't know, sometime around 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. And I didn't get an answer from her.
How often did you guys see each other personally?
Maybe 3 times a month.
What's recent?
Within the last few months.
Had she ever been in your patrol car?
No.
You ever been in her car?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, and what was that about?
Just sitting in the passenger seat talking.
Did you ever have any physical contact with her?
As far as like hands-on?
Yeah,
maybe an occasional hug.
Okay. What was the context there?
Just friendly hug.
What's going on in your eye there?
When I got a pup at home that's about, 3 or 4 years old, I was wrestling around with her, and she
Did you get it checked, or?
No, I said it happened just before work. What's in your arm? Your forearm there. Probably from where I was wrestling with the dog. I need to take some pictures. Well, if I were to grab you with my fingernails, what would I leave? Is there any possibility that her fingernails are going to have any DNA underneath them? I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. All right. I just, those red marks, they look like they could be finger marks.
Was she pretty distraught about being pregnant and not knowing who the dad was?
We didn't really talk that much about it, but I think it bothered her. It wasn't an area that I wanted to delve in. I would ask how she was doing. I would ask how the baby was doing. And I said, if you needed help, just ask.
I mean, it's clear you guys have a pretty close relationship.
We talked a lot.
Personal stuff.
Ken, you said you had told her you'd help her out. Did you ever tell her that you'd help her financially with the child? I told her if I could, I would. I knew she was struggling. She's not making a lot at whatever job she was doing. She wasn't making a lot. Did she know you were married? Yeah, absolutely. She knew I had a son.
But you're willing to help this gal out that you just know from talking to once in a while?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
We look at this suicide note that you found. That's typed. And you know what that means as a former detective. Doesn't mean much, does it? Doesn't fit right, especially with how many females you ever know to hang themselves.
I hear you. Ken, we can't help but think that something went terribly wrong here tonight. There was a discussion, that there was a conversation, and it just got out of hand for whatever reason, and something went terribly wrong here tonight. I can tell you that didn't happen. Something went terribly wrong with her. I was no part of it. Why would she have told her family tonight that she was going to meet Ken? I don't know. She called me. I haven't spoken to her at all today. She called you and left you a voicemail? Correct. I returned her call and did not leave her a voicemail. And she didn't answer? No. So her phone will show your call back to her as a missed call? Sure. It doesn't. It shows an answering call, Ken. Your call to her was a received call. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't truthful. I'm sorry. Is there anything else we've talked about that you haven't been truthful about? Jennifer's baby, who was the father of that child? I have no idea. Is there a chance that you're the father of that child, Ken? None. Is there any reason that she would have told people that you were the father of that child? Not that I know of. She has. Come again? She has told people that you're the father of that child? Ken Blue, police officer, Buena Vista Township Police Department. They didn't know much about you. They never had met you. But her family was well aware of who the father of that child was. By name, occupation, where you work, and everything, Ken. Wow. Well, that would reason why we're doing this. I'm not the father of the child. You've never had a sexual relationship with her? No. We will determine who the father of the child is. And when that's all said and done, is the answer that we get from our labs going to say it's Ken Blue too? I don't think so. Well, you don't think so, or you do that? I mean, you know or you don't. I mean, there's one way that a child is conceived, and that's very fair. There's no better. Okay. Absolutely no way possible that you could be the father of the child. Correct.
Obviously, you're under no obligation to sign what your rights are. Just simply asking for your consent.
Why is it that I'm feeling more and more like a suspect? Are you uncomfortable giving the consent? Are you unsure if you want to do that? I'm just uncomfortable with the whole thing. I mean, well, I understand that. We both understand that. And I can tell you that sitting on this side of the table for me, it's very uncomfortable for me too. I know. I can tell you one thing, though, guys. I did, in fact, sleep with her. It was a while ago. I can't say that she ever told me that this was her baby, or this baby was mine. How long ago was it? Was the timing right that it could be? I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, it was... And it's our understanding from what we've been told that she's about 8 months pregnant. Puts us back around the first of the year. January-ish. Yeah, I suppose it could be. I suppose it could be about that time. So, if this baby is mine. Wow. Now it went from bad to worse, guys, I know.
Well, it didn't go from bad to worse because you're answering a question and getting out ahead of something that we were going to find out anyway, right?
I don't know if it is or not. I mean,
But if there's a possibility, that's what we wanted to know.
I know that we used a condom. I know that she said she was on the pill. She said I wasn't the only one.
Okay.
But she didn't tell me who. She didn't give the names of other guys that she slept with.
But she didn't say that
it can't be anybody but you, Ken.
The bigger problem is now, what am I supposed to believe?
Some of Jenny's friends organized a candlelight vigil.
A lot of people from the community came out to honor her, people that didn't even know her.
Police gathered evidence from Ken Blue's home, pickup truck, police department locker, and cell phones and computers.
We received analysis back from the Michigan State Police Crime Laboratory yesterday, and based upon those test results, we issued the 4-count warrant.
I am here at the jail where a Buena Vista Township police officer was booked tonight.
Kenneth Blue trial is starting today. Blue is charged on 4 counts, including first-degree premeditated murder in the strangulation death of Jenny Webb. A packed courtroom heard opening arguments from the prosecution and defense.
He killed Jenny Webb and made it look like something it wasn't. And that person, ladies and gentlemen, is that man right there, Kenneth Blue.
Sweating profusely the way he was, his right eye, how it looked, which was unusual. His reaction when he found the body was unusual to me.
I remember every time I moved to talk to, he was right there. Whenever I tried to talk to one of the officers, he was right there.
Sergeant Waterman opened the phone and I saw what the phone had said. There was a name that was brought up that said Ken Cop Boo. I literally reached down and unsnapped my gun because I didn't know where it was going to go from there. I didn't know how Officer Boo was going to react to finding his name on the phone.
The last incoming call received on Miss Webb's phone prior to her death was from Ken Blue's phone. Also, I observed a series of text message exchanges between Miss Webb and Ken Blue.
According to Varani, there are 3 types of neck compression, one by ligature, one manually leaving bruises, and a third that he says killed Jenny Webb.
I tried to flex my elbow and apply the pressure. The pressure applied in the neck, but it would not leave any outside injury, but still prevents the blood going back and forth from the brain. When mothers die, circulation stops. The placenta does not get new oxygen and baby ends up dying within a matter of minutes.
They were found under user Blue, which was the user of the system.
Extension cords identical to the one found on Jenny Webb's neck were found in Blue's garage.
We found a box of green exam gloves in the trunk of Mr. Blue's vehicle. A parent disposable glove tip that I found within the clothing items from Miss Jennifer Webb.
You can see the void area or the injured area that still is present from the right index finger of Kenneth Blue.
You don't find any trace evidence of any kind of Jenny Webb.
I had placed extraction tubes for delivery to Lansing for DNA analysis. I have disposable scalpels from which I throw away after I'm done using them.
We have different mechanisms in place to ensure that we're not contaminating our samples. We are constantly changing our gloves, cleaning our bench down with bleach.
There's overwhelming evidence. It's unchallenged scientific DNA certitude.
First degree premeditated murder.
A quick decision decides the fate of Kenneth Blue, guilty on 4 counts in the death of Jennifer Webb and their unborn son.
It's over. We don't have to keep going through with all this. And hopefully now he can sit back and contemplate what he's done.
An evil monster is the only words that I can think of for you. So go to your cage and think about how you squeezed the life and breath out of my daughter and grandson. And I hope it haunts you every day for the rest of your life.
How do you heal from something like this? You can't, you know. You can't lose a child like that and expect to ever get over it.
I'm happy that this all came down the way it did, but she's still not coming back.
Jenny and I had big plans for our kids to go together. I got cheated out of my best friend, but I feel like my girls got cheated because they never got to meet her and Braxton. I have pictures of Jenny all over my house. My kids know who she is. They know that she's not here anymore, but we keep her spirit alive. Anytime I see Ladybug stuff, it makes me think of her.
The night of her funeral, we all went and had this ladybug tattoo put on our left foot, like hers. We call it Ladybug Club. Not a day goes by that I don't think of them. I really miss her a lot. It's just like a big, empty black hole in our family. My heart breaks for it. We had them cremated, and now we have this clock that's an urn. We have a little picture of Braxton on the refrigerator.
Jennifer.
The old-fashioned way of doing your hair while you're camping.
Jennifer's head noise.
Smile.
That's all you have is memories.